I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, I got a load of pallets out in the truck, and I got a plan to put up a raised bed garden. Not necessarily a finished plan, but I got a plan. Out in the truck, I got a couple of pallets that I'm thinking of using to make a raised bed garden with. Also have a couple of pallets out behind the tractor shed, which could become part of the process. So it's going to be a thing where it takes a little bit of doing. You got to work with what you got, the equipment you have, the parts that you have, and the pallets that you have. So watch along and I'll show you what I'm doing. It's going to be a bunch of steps because right now I don't know where I'm going to end up 15 minutes from now. So bear with me. I gotta get around and finish that truck rack just so I can stop moving. This pallet came from Tractor Supply. Really have no idea what it had on it, but it must have been fairly good size. I'm gonna grab a pair of gloves. See if I can knock these off without breaking them. Don't get me wrong, they're good nails. They just don't pull. Once you put them in, they're in there permanently. Phew! Well, let's see if I can get a pry bar and work on this thing a little bit. Because I have a feeling this is not going to come apart easy. And I'm probably going to end up breaking most of these boards. So I'm better off taking the saw and cutting these pallet boards off to get them separated, because I'm just going to split them down the middle and then they'll be worthless. So I'm going to go get the Milwaukee saw and we'll trim this up, see where we go. Yep, Ardox nails. Hard as the nails. Lots of things to do today, but I really want to get this part done. Broke down. That was a phone call from my heart doctor's office. We're setting up a deal where I'm going to be getting, well, I have gotten a device that'll measure what they call my INR. Don't ask me what the letters mean, it's just what they call it. And it really is the reference of how well my blood thinner is doing. So the goal being wanting to be able to not have to go to the doctor's office once a month to get a test done. So now I've got this little machine that I will poke my finger and get a drop of blood, which I could probably do that a dozen times a week just by accident, but anyways, I will poke my finger and get a drop of blood, and it has to be a specific spot and it has to be a specific way. It's a very fussy thing, but I got a feeling it's probably more of a case of this is what works for people, so they're trying to make it simple enough that anybody can do it. It's okay, I'm good with that. Anyways, the little machine means that if I want to go on vacation, take the little machine with me. I can be gone a month, 3 months, a year, doesn't matter. As long as I've got the little machine and I've got enough test strips, I can do my own blood draw. If I get an odd result, which I'm supposed to go online and tell them what my result is. If I get an odd result, they'll say, oh, okay, then you probably should take one more pill or one less pill, or maybe eat some broccoli tonight. And I had a guy that used to work for me that said when he had to go get his INR done, the nurse would say, well, you're a little bit low. Have a beer tonight. Evidently that thins your blood too. So, in any case, that's what that phone call was. And I'm very happy about that because I've always felt like, well, you know, I'm kind of anchored to this because they say, well, you got to come in 2 weeks, you got to do a test, and you got to test yourself twice a week, you got to do, oh, wait a minute, come on. So, this gives me a little bit more freedom. We're in. One thing I like about this little saw, as soon as you let go of the button, the blade stops. It's got a little eddy current circuit in there that just, as soon as you let go of the trigger, the brake kicks on. And that's cool. Now, one pallet disassembled. This was not as good a pallet as I had hoped. It came apart pretty badly, so it might just end up being firewood, in which case it's not all bad. See if I can't get this one apart a little easier. No guarantees, but there's always a hope. Oh, this is good. Yep. They're Ardox nails. but they're little ones and they're not rusty. I think this was made up of ripped down 2x12s. Now I'm going to go take Lydia for a ride because it's a beautiful sunshiny day. Got the pallets all disassembled. Big mess in the garage, but I'll clean that up when I get home. Needed to get the pallets out of the back of the truck so I could take Lydia. Gotta enjoy days like this when you get them, especially in March.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.